They've been dealt one of their toughest matchups early in the season, but there is hope. One of their coaches has found what they think is a key weakness. The decision now, how exactly to exploit it.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee.
And off we go from Seattle.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Black foot, ready.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker to third. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
10 black. Drill green. Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Moving my team, 79 Broncos. Street. Buffalo 18.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge it? This is going to be fun.
That's a pretty strong run in there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
19 tight, 19 tight. 2. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, a Cardinals in there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Red, cycle. Set.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Shoves him aside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard. The Seahawks at 9-2 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Give them 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
That one complete to Eagle. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
Here's Walker. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Okay, ready? Here we go, set, ready.
Again, Walker. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
33, yellow. Hut.
Walker. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Myers' kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
At the 19-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Gotta be Lions. Ready.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Back to 50. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll try and throw for it here. He'll try to do it himself. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
52, boom.
Walker with another carry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Set, hut, ready.
They'll run the toss to Walker. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Ready, break.
It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Set.
Looking to throw. Thrown out wide to Walker. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these 2 teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 19 tight. 19 tight. 40, 70.
They'll look to throw here. And that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Come on. Come on. Panther 80. Panther 80.
Addison will go in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Panther 60. Panther 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
Red. 70 Lions. Eagles, 60 Eagles. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Striker, 3-3. Here we go, here we go. 60 red. Edo blue. Set.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue, 32. Yellow, zoom. Set,
Straight ahead, Walker. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Vikings 14-yard line.
This a 2nd and 8.
Come on, set. Black, 52 blue. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Into the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. This beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. That's down the field for Jefferson, and that's going to be incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission.
Check. 19 Tiger.
They'll throw now on the final play. There's Allison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there as time expires in the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
To kick off for Seattle.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. They'll look to throw. Now, back foot throw there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Ready, ready. Red, 38. Trouble, 38. Steel, black. Red, cycle. Hut, hut.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Drill, 52. Black shot. Black ultra. Fuse, yellow. Blue striker. 6, mega. Ready?
2nd and 5. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Blue, watch out now. 50 series.
On third down, here's Walker. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wilson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. He'll drop to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Oh, they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
2nd and 1. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Open man, he's got him to tight end Hockenson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Red
Jefferson going to go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And this time he is in. A great effort there. With his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for two. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They're going to keep it on the ground. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game. Instead, it will stay at one.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up two, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for two here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to plays. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up second and 10.
Let's go now. 10 black. Steal, black. Hut, hut.
Now back to throw. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a one-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Black 40. Set.
Back to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
33. Yellow.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Myers' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
At the 27-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, looks like they'll move things around here. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. So with a lead at 5, the book definitely says go for 2 here to try to get it to a 7-point differential.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18, Pioneer.
Now they send a man in motion right.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Seahawks, 22. Will The kickoff for the Vikings.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Blue 50. Green.
They'll set up to throw. And the slant, here's Smith-Njigba. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Set. Ready.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Ready.
Here comes 2nd down.
Let's go. 10 black. Blaster, 6. Smash, red. Red, cycle. Set.
They'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Fury, yellow. Hut, hut.
Back to throw. He'll try and do this himself.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Ready. Black, 95. Steel, black. Black Ultra. Hut, hut.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Come on, set, black shot. Yellow, 43. Set, hut.
He'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He completes this to Walker.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Here we go. Here we go. Red, 38. Six, mega. Slide blue.
He's back to throw.
extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 29, Vikings 26.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here's first and 10.
Back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll come up now on second down.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Jalen Naylor. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And the Vikings first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Vikings.
Got it. Ready?
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go. Here we go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it.